Hey, it's Helder here again. Right now I just wanted to address a little bit about gripping the kettlebell and various kettlebell grips. Right now in my program, the Kettlebell Basics program that I have a bunch of clients running through, the issue is arising now that they're having issues with their grips. Calluses are ripping, palms are getting really sore, the typical stuff that you go through as you progress through your kettlebell movements. So I just kind of wanted to go a little bit on addressing the hand care and mainly through your kettlebell grip, especially when it comes to ballistic movements like the kettlebell swing and the kettlebell snatch also. So we're going to go over a little bit about that and show you how you could try and prevent a lot of these irritations that cause you pain and also cause you time off from training. So let's see what we could do about that. All right, so one of the first things I wanted to try to speak about is the actual calluses in your hand. My hand's a little bit sore from yesterday. We were doing a lot of heavy kettlebell swings and also some heavy kettlebell snatches. So they're a little torn up, a little bit beat up. But if you can tell here, what I try to do is keep everything sanded down, try to keep them in control. These calluses are here, they're kind of important. There's a reason why they're there, to try to protect you a little bit, offer a little bit more padding, but at the same time we need to keep them in check. So if you let them get out of control, you let them get too big or whatever, that's what's actually going to pinch when you're doing a kettlebell swing or a kettlebell snatch. Okay, so any kind of ballistic movement, even when you're doing a regular clean. They end up getting caught in there, they cause a lot of pain, and they start to tear, especially when your hands get sweaty from perspiration and things like that. So one of the main things that you want to address is to make sure you keep them in check. Some people use a regular nail file. That's what I like to use when they get kind of dry, and just sand them down. You know, you don't want to sand them all the way down. They're there for a reason. You want to keep a little bit of protection, but like I said, you want to keep them in check. So if you do run a piece of cotton over them, let's say, and anything from that cotton gets caught on your callus, then you know you got to take care of them a little bit more, okay? So you want to file them down, make them as smooth as possible, make them as even as possible, but still leaving something there, not going all the way down past the callus. That's one thing. The other thing is, of course, using moisturizers and things like that at night. Of course, that's going to help, you know, from keeping the hands from getting super dry. Once you start doing a lot of kettlebell work, you might even wake up in pain sometimes because of the dryness in your skin. So try to prevent that with a nice, good moisturizer. You know, the least amount of garbage that's in that moisturizer, the better it's going to do for you. Using things like aloe, raw coconut oil, those are the two things that I actually prefer. So first of all, we want to think about the preventative maintenance before we even get into addressing the kettlebell and the grip. Okay, so try to follow those couple guidelines, and I think that'll help out a lot. All right, so addressing the kettlebell swing, specifically to the Kettlebell Basics program that we're currently working on with the Natural Training Center. Well, you want to think about kind of gripping the kettlebell like this with the hook in your hand, okay? So you got your hand out flat, you're kind of making a hook. This part of your body's pretty strong. You try to pull it apart, it's not really going to happen, okay? So that'll be definitely strong enough to hold your kettlebell in place, and at the same time you have the handle rotating around it rather than squeezing the heck out of your handle. And then of course, just imagine, as you're squeezing something, as that kettlebell turns and flips and everything else that a kettlebell does, you're going to tear those calluses, or you're going to cause more irritation that's either going to cut your workout short or rip the callus completely, and now you're out of commission for a week or longer until that heals. So what we want to kind of do is, like I said, you got this little thing here, just kind of making a hook with your hand, place the kettlebell handle in there, and you could even bypass the thumb for right now and try a couple kettlebell swings like that, and you'll see that there's a heck of a difference there. And at the same time, you'll notice that your grip strength is still strong enough to hold it even just with that little hook. So we'll go ahead and just pick up the kettlebell. So you'll get here, think about making that hook, trace that hook right in the kettlebell or on the kettlebell handle. Once again, you can leave your thumb free and just go ahead and start doing a few swings. So you can tell just by holding that hook, that's more than enough as far as the grip goes to be able to handle that kettlebell, especially for swings. All right, so that's the first thing we want to focus on. Kettlebell swing, try the hook, leave the thumb out of it, practice that, and I think that'll make a world of difference as far as your grip and saving your hands. All right, so now I want to talk a little bit about addressing the grip with a clean, a kettlebell clean. Very similar to what we're using in the kettlebell snatch. Once again, I think of the OK sign. So you're wrapping the thumb and the index finger around the kettlebell handle, leaving your other grip relatively loose, because as we're doing a kettlebell clean, the bell's got to flip, okay? So once again, if you have that death grip going on, which a lot of my clients are experiencing at this point, they're ripping their calluses tearing up the palm, things like that. So let the bell do what it's going to do. The bell's going to win every time, okay? So just let it flip if it wants to flip. And the way that you're going to let it flip is by having, once again, that hook handle, the okay around it, but keep it relatively loose so that the bell could go ahead and rotate inside of that grip. That'll stop it from pinching on the calluses and ripping up your palm, okay? So as it would pertain to a kettlebell clean, fairly simple. Start here. Once again, okay sign. 3 fingers wrap around it, just like your hook, and just go ahead and clean. And that's the grip for the kettlebell clean. All right, so the next thing we want to go into is addressing the grip during your kettlebell snatch. The pressure is really being held as kind of like the okay sign, okay? So placing that okay sign around your bell very loosely. Now just think about it, when that bell is rotating, it's not sitting there once again with a death grip that you would maybe use you know, for a grind exercise, like a get up or a press or something like that, where you really want to focus and squeeze the heck out of that handle to be able to perform your movement. With a ballistic movement such as the kettlebell snatch, you want to put light pressure on there so that you allow that handle to rotate in there without destroying your grip or destroying your calluses, your palm, other things that are in your hand, okay? So kind of think about that okay sign as you go ahead and just grab the kettlebell, leaving a very loose grip so that you have, once again, you're relying on that hook that you made to kind of swing the kettlebell between your legs and get it up in the air, okay? So once again, you're concentrating on that, but the thumb does come into play thinking about that okay sign. So once again, no death grip, utilizing your hook, and once again, let the kettlebell travel smoothly in there, which will save your hands and keep us training, which is really the ultimate goal. Okay, so I'll just show you a couple snatches utilizing that method. Once again, okay sign, your little hook grip, okay, not a death grip. Place it on there and begin doing snatches, okay? So here's my okay sign, putting it in there, very loose grip with the hook. I'm gonna go ahead and start this. So once again, that's just a couple snatches using your okay method, utilizing the hook. Remember, this is 53 pounds, 40 something pounds. You know, this stuff is gonna pull you in certain directions. So let it do what it wants to do. Let it travel, let it flip, let it rotate, okay? Just by having your little hook grip, more than enough stabilization for you to be able to handle that bell no matter where it wants to go. So try that out. Let me know what you think. Hope it works for you.